the response, let me just go for response. The governor says he has a next appropriation, Nandi County Appropriation
Which page?
2022, Annex 2.
Page 2.
Nandi County Appropriation Act of 2022, 2023, and 2024. So the Appropriation Act is part of the evidence that he has submitted before.
Yeah, but do we have that act?
He quoted, unless the governor has misled the committee by saying this.
Page 4.
Chair, I'm looking at page 3, Annex 2. I'm looking at page 3.
Yeah, I want us to be.
I'm looking at page 3.
I've seen it.
Yes.
At 22, 23, 24.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you look at the appropriation, I'm just giving a number of ECCD centers because I come from that area. I thought it would benefit the committee. So in all these ECD centers, Governor, you have indicated the minimum you can use is 1.8 to maximum of 2. In your own warranty, which you signed as part of disbursement, up to 2 million. Why the figure now is 2.3 million? Unless the 300,000 is being used, Madam Chair, is being used, is misappropriated, Chair, Madam Chairperson. So, Governor, in all this program, and I can refer you to your warranty D4418 on educational and vocational training, which you did sign at the beginning of your warranty, that was passed as part of the, it was signed on 4th July, day of July 2023 by Stephen Sang, R4418, Education and Vocational Training and Development, including bursaries and scholarship fund, Chair. So, Chair, those are my only 5 questions. Chair, those are my 5 questions.
Thank you, Senator. Senator, maybe there's a question I want to rephrase for you, the way we've been doing it in this committee, and that is on bursaries. We are all aware that the bursaries have been stopped. So what we've been asking as a committee is what the governor gave us bursaries in the year 2023-2024. Your Excellency, if you can have your ear, I think you know it very well that bursaries is not a function devolved. And the question which was going to come on bursaries is, why are you using money on bursaries while ignoring your function of ECDE, whereas you have the capacity as a governor or the Council of Governors to push for money to follow that function of bursaries, because the monies actually you indicating that you are using on bursaries, to us it's not a devolved function, so you're using other funds, and that is actually the question which should have followed, and that's why I requested I rephrase his question on bursaries, because even if you give us a list of who you've given bursaries, for us as it is for now, I think it will not help us much, because bursaries are not supposed to be a function of the county government. What you should be fighting for is the national government to release the funds to follow the function. So yeah, you can go ahead and answer. And again, maybe to reassure the senator that we will very soon visit Nandi County. So if you can point out the areas you would like us to visit, so that we can also be fair, because you are talking with the governor, we don't know, we've not done our oversight, so really we cannot emphasize on what you're saying before we do the emphasis, but we can use your good counsel, your good information when we go for our oversight visit. Thank you, Governor.
Yeah, maybe just I agree with you, and I'm aware there is a court matter, but I'm surprised even my governor did not join the Runku Kangata to go to court to fight for bursary, but that is beside the point. But Chair, in you know, I'm using his response. He says in financial year 2023-2022 a total of 6,908. I agree, bursaries has been stopped by Ethiopian Court of Law, but because it will appear in the audit query, we really want to know these children, 6,904. because the information I have, some of these children are those children that beneficiaries. So that even as we cross chair.
Senator, I agree with you.
Okay,
and that's why I said, let me rephrase the question for you so that we can concentrate on ECD. Ours is to ask why using that money on bursaries and not on ECD, so that we don't divert our function on bursaries.
Chair, a number of questions there to answer, but I think what Senator Kinyua said is critical, that if we got, for example, clear guidelines on how to respond, you know, on specific how you would want us to give the responses, we would definitely do that. Because if you look at the responses that we have given, maybe it is not easy to pick out, but really if you say in this manner, including even what my own senator is saying, providing a list of the beneficiaries, if that was indicated as a requirement, we would do it, because the details of those students are there, and therefore making those insinuations of ghost is in bad faith. But I think if you guide us,
Governor, I agree with you. I agree with you, and I think the Secretariat has taken note. So in the subsidiary questions we are going to ask, we are going to be specific, because there are quite a number of issues like the ratio and the centers that will come to you. That one you've taken note of it.
Again, the size of the classrooms is the standard size as prescribed by the Ministry of Education guidelines on the specific designs. So the specific designs are standard classrooms. 8 by 6.
But you are
8 by 6 meters.
Senator, there were some guidelines which were given by the Ministry of Education.
That's that question, because some counties we are doing different. We tried to understand that they could not. So
we use the Ministry of Education guidelines. Again, in terms of the number of teachers that we inherited from local authorities, we inherited 5, but they have all since retired, and that so they are no longer within the service. In terms of I very well note the question and the issue on school feeding program. I think we have had a very detailed discussion on this. I note your concerns, but again, as indicated, we would submit supplementary information indicating the status of the school feeding program, the schools that are feeding their students, and those, I mean, that list will be provided with all the other additional information that you have requested. And
if there is any capitalization from your side. Yes,
we will do that. The other question is Senator Cherargei has asked with regard to the 136 teachers who are on contract. So we actually converted all our teachers to permanent and pensionable, with the exception of 136 teachers who are over 50 years. In terms of engagement on P&P, the human resource guidelines do not allow somebody who is beyond 50 years to be engaged on permanent and pensionable. So we have the few 136 teachers are over 50 years of age. We provided them with contracts that would take them to 60 years to the time when they are supposed to retire. So nobody has been left out. All the teachers under 50 years were put on permanent and pensionable. Only 136 that are over 50 years, and therefore the age limit was the challenge.
Point of order. I thought, sir, Governor, you are a lawyer, and you know what the Labor Laws and Employment Act, where does it say you can give somebody 10 years contract? Because even people who are 50 have more experience. Which law?
I'm sure they're given renewable contracts.
No, but I'm saying the law does not even allow you to do a contract beyond 6 months, and that is why even UHC are demonstrating outside. And Chair, we have canvassed this. Is this not a contravention of Article 27, where this is discrimination against people who are 50 years?
Contract contract employees, even 4 years contract is given. You know, you give somebody a contract for 6 years, a contract for 3 years. That is allowable by the law. And for us, really, what we are saying is that we have to provide mechanisms of ensuring that these teachers who are beyond 50 years and cannot be integrated within within the payroll at the age of above 50 as permanent and pensionable, we have to provide them with the same. And we are also giving them contracts on the basis with a salary exactly the same as the ones in permanent and pensionable. So nobody is disadvantaged. We are just engaging them on the same.
Senator, let the governor finish.
So that it does not mislead.
No, let him finish.
Where will they get gratuity? Because, Chair, we know when you retire, and you are better placed to understand. Then you must get at least something in your retirement. So
that is why, Senator, that is why Governor's answer is sufficient. That's why he said, according to the guidelines, this is the HR guidelines, that people over 50 cannot be put on permanent, and also contractual employment is allowed. That's why we have people who are working for the governor, like advisors. All of them are on contract.
Chair, I don't have a problem, but the concern is this is discrimination, because they are not, you know, me and you are on contract for 5 years, the advisors, it is specified. But under the ECD Act, which we did pass, it is very clear. Even when you ask him of service through Teacher Service Commission on ECD, it cannot be under Article 27 that you are discriminating somebody based on age. And you know, after this, somebody might sue Nandi County.
But you know, Senator, this actually, I think the question came from inherited teachers, those who are in the county governments. I think that is very clear.
But
it is not teachers that they have employed that they can sue them. These are the teachers they inherited from the defunct county councils, if I'm not wrong. ECD teachers, nursery school teachers were not employed, and that is why that burden was on parents. And I think that's why this thing was actually when devolution came, it was devolved so that the county governments can take responsibility.
And Chair, their gratuity.
Madam Chair, why are you defending the governor? He's here. Why don't you allow him to answer the question?
I'm not, but you see, it is a question which had been asked before, and as you are aware, the governor had requested that we release him at 11, and we agreed we are going to start at 9, and it's already past 11, so I'm trying to get a meaningful meeting from the governor.
And Chair, the gratuity.
On a point of order, even before that, the constitutional provision is very clear, Article 41 and 27. So when you use rules and other irrelevant laws that are not even with the constitution, the prime law is Article 27 and Article 41. Are we discriminating Kenyans now based on their age? Because even I heard the other day, Governor was saying he was too young to retire. Are we discriminating Kenyans?
Chair, I think
it should be fair to everybody, because if we are discriminating people based on age, then we are in a danger place. You should give us a legal provision outside Article 27 and Article 41 on fair to labor practices, so that we are not unfair to these people who are beyond 50, because people who are 50 years are still young and energetic.
Senator Cherargei, please let us make a move, because that is a question which can go to labor, and I think you can come up with a statement which can go to labor.
But I thought the answer based on also employees and the issue.
Yes, ECD.
But they talked about salaries. That's why we are talking about the salaries and their earnings, Chair. So I thought it is fair if he answers, unless you will take this answer without the issue of salary. Then we can now take it to labor, because he is the one who answered those questions. Because, Chair, remind you, we need to be the people of our word. The governor said on record that I'll confirm all ECD teachers and people on contract on PNP. My question was simple. Why is he using age to discriminate other employees within the county? And you remember, Chair, this comes at the backdrop when the payroll scandal emerged, where even ECD are following up that matter, where more than people are being caught in employment role. So my question is, can he give a better answer than discriminating on Kenyans above 50 years?
I hear you, Senator. Governor.
But, Madam Chair, you must stop Cherargei from bringing some pronouncement of public clarity about what Governor said, whether he's going to retire or not, because it's not part of this committee.
Senators, I urge you please to let us move. Let us make a move. Senator Cherargei, please, can we make a move? Can we make a move? And if you have a supplementary question on it, please let us note it. Let us note it, and then we move on. It's already 11, and he had requested that.
Guidance, maybe so that the governor wants to go to the State House meeting. I needed your guidance. Is it now that looking at the time and you said you release him at 11, what will happen with the issue of VTC so that I'm well guided? Do we defer to a later date, or what will happen? So that as he answers, we can close it there.
Senator, as he answers, just give me 1 minute, I consult.
Okay.
Governor, just to ask,
Madam Chair,
let me finish, please.
I just want to guide
No,
you.
please, you cannot guide me, I'll guide you.
Assisting.
Senator, you cannot guide me.
No, I'm wondering because the state of
You cannot guide me. Let me guide the meeting. Your Excellency, I was just wondering how much more time you can give us.
Chair, you will remember that the invitation was to be at 9, and then it was changed to 11, then it was changed to 9, and we acceded to it because of another engagement that we had been invited to State House. That does not change. I am ready to proceed until we are done with the committee work.
Great, because what I was going to rule was that we can actually defer this and continue when we get to the county, because when we do the county visit, the oversight visit, we'll have to see the governor first. But if he's comfortable, we can continue with question number 6. And if you allow, senators, we can move and make a